Jennings here from Lung and Sleep. Now, I'm going to talk today about insomnia. I've had a special request to do a video about insomnia, so thank you very much for that request. And look, insomnia is common. It happens to all of us. Everybody goes through periods where they can't sleep, so it's a good thing to talk about and a good thing to know about. One thing I want to say for starters is that as a sleep specialist, I hardly ever prescribe sleeping tablets. I think that there's usually always some sort of cause for that person's insomnia, and if you can get to the bottom of the cause, you can usually address that without the need for sleeping tablets. Sleeping tablets can be helpful in the short term, but don't take them for a long time. Anyway, there are lots of different causes. So firstly, I want to talk about two different types of insomnia. There's onset insomnia and maintenance insomnia. Onset insomnia is when people have difficulty going to sleep initially, so have difficulty initiating sleep. Maintenance insomnia is when you go to sleep, fall asleep straight away, fantastic, but then wake up and then can't get back to sleep again, and that's really frustrating. So first thing we want to do is talk about what is someone's normal sleeping patterns. So I like to get an idea as to what time they normally go to bed, what time they normally fall to sleep, how long it takes to fall asleep, do they wake up much throughout the night, and what time do they get up in the morning, and do they wake up to an alarm, and is this pattern different on weekends, and is it different when they're away on holidays? So what's your normal natural sleep time, your normal natural wake time? Because sometimes people's normal sleep time, they might go to bed at 10 o'clock, but they don't go to sleep until 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning. Then they get their best sleep between 6 and 7, but the alarm goes off at 7, they have to get up and they feel terrible. This is common, and when they're on weekends, they sleep in. Common, especially young kids, up all night watching video games. Common. The reason for that is they've got a problem with their circadian rhythm or their body clock. This is called a delayed phase circadian rhythm disorder. So there's nothing wrong with their sleep. They can't get to sleep because their body's not ready to sleep because their body clock has been shifted forwards. So it's a really common cause for onset insomnia. What are other causes? Sometimes people spend too long in bed. So people get worried about insomnia. They think, oh, I can't sleep, I'm going to feel terrible. And the natural thing is to go to bed a bit earlier, get up a bit later, and worry about the time in bed spent awake. But people need only the amount of sleep that they need to get through the day without sleepiness. So if you're spending 10 hours in bed, you might only need 7 hours sleep, then you're going to spend 3 hours awake. So sometimes you actually need to restrict the amount of time that they're in bed for so that they can get better quality sleep because their sleep is squashed. And the key to this is also that these people are usually not sleepy during the day. As opposed to those with a delayed phase circadian rhythm, if these people have to get up early before their natural wake-up time, they feel terrible. They get sleepy during the day and they feel awful. But people who spend too long in bed and have fragmented sleep but are not sleepy during the day tends to be because they're spending too much time in bed. Now, what about maintenance insomnia? So you feel sleepy, fall asleep quickly, wake up. This is usually because there's stuff on your mind, work's too busy, got stuff on your mind about the kids, the family, whatever it is. You wake up and your mind's racing, and it's hard to channel your mind off it, and you stay awake for a long period of time. Now, the key to this is really to try and control those thoughts and try and relax throughout the night. And I think that this is really some useful things is to practice mindfulness. I think people who practice mindfulness every day will certainly sleep better, wake up less throughout the night. And then also, if you do feel busy before you go to sleep, it's important to have a period of time where you wind down rather than just work, go to sleep, fall asleep straight away, but your mind's still racing, wake up. The better thing to do is to have a period of time where you relax before going to sleep. And sometimes, if there is stuff on your mind, just write it down. Because if you write it down, then you think, okay, I've written that down, I can sort that out tomorrow, I'm not going to worry about it. Hopefully that'll improve the sleep quality at night time and not wake up. And you know what? If you have a bad night's sleep, it doesn't really matter because you can catch up. And the human body has a wonderful ability to catch up on sleep. So even if you don't get an extra amount of sleep, your body will naturally have more deep sleep and REM sleep if you have a period of poor sleep to catch up. So it's easy to say, just don't worry about it, but the more you can try and allow yourself just to lie there, relax, get as much rest as possible, the better it is. The other thing to keep in mind is that sometimes people have a thing called sleep state misperception. This happens to everyone, but sometimes more often than others. And you will have experienced this because some nights you'll stay awake and you think, oh, I'm awake, can't get to sleep, but time seems to have gone quite quickly. This is because what can happen is we can drift in and out of sleep, and even going to deep sleep and REM sleep and not even realise we've gone to sleep. And so you feel like you've been awake for ages, but you've actually got good quality sleep. And the keys to this is that time goes quickly. Imagine yourself for those 7 or 8 hours sitting on a plane, how long that would feel compared to 7 or 8 hours in bed not sleeping. And the other thing is that people often wake up in the morning and they don't get as sleepy as you would expect if someone had actually really not slept for long periods of time. So that's something else to keep in mind. Now, I hope this has been helpful. Hopefully, learn a little bit about sleep, and let me know if there's anything else you'd like to know about it, because I'd be keen and happy to do further videos. Okay, catch you later.